All right, welcome back, everyone. Uh, Today I am talking about the top free agents. I'm gonna do 9 of them and where they're gonna sign this offseason. So we're gonna start off with one guy at time, of course, and the first guy will be Kevin Durant. And this might be a little bit biased here. If you guys know what team I like, then you'll know which team he's gonna go to. This might be really biased actually, but to start off, I have him going to the New York Knicks, as you see bolded. The reason being is because Knicks president of basketball operations Scott Perry drafted him when the team was in Seattle. And the fact that he could enjoy a big market, he'll have a huge payday if he doesn't go back to the Warriors. I didn't include the Warriors here, but I have the Warriors getting someone else, which would actually be very interesting to see who they get, actually. But not naming Kevin Durant, obviously, as you see. I think Kevin Durant would go to New York here. I think he'd pair up pretty nicely with Porzingis. Or if they can get Anthony Davis somehow. I don't know how they can do that, but without giving up like Porzingis or that first round pick, they won't be able to do it without those two valuable assets. But anyways, yeah, I think he'll go to New York. I think he'll find that there'll be some nice players there to have with him. Guys like Kevin Knox, who might not get, of course he didn't get traded, right, to the Pelicans for Anthony Davis. Those guys, Porzingis, Knox, whoever they draft, if they actually keep the pick, guys like Alonzo Trier, Mitchell Robinson. I think that this team will probably be, if they can get Durant, um, Zion, Porzingis, and like these young guys, they actually progress pretty well. They could be like close to a 50-win team. I know it's in the Eastern Conference and stuff. They'll be a playoff team most likely. They'll probably win 50 plus games with this lineup. Anyways, I'm on to number two. Who would that be? That would be Kyrie Irving, and he's gonna resign with Boston. I think that another very interesting one. I think that again he can't be on the same team with Anthony Davis unless he restructures his deal, and I think he knows he has. I think he'll be willing to restructure his deal to bring in a guy like Anthony Davis. I think he's tired of what Gordon Hayward hasn't been able to do. I think he'll be okay with doing this. I think he'll take a slight pay cut for salary cap reasons, make more room for guys like Anthony Davis, and of course guys like Al Horford who might still be on the team, and guys like Marcus Smart. So it'd be very interesting to see what he actually does. I think the Knicks are the second option because he's from New York. He's from I think the area. I think he's from Newark, which is in New Jersey, but he's really close to the city. He always dreamed of playing in Madison Square Garden. He said when he was a kid. He said that pretty recently actually. But I think Boston they have to win soon. Like they have to make it far in the playoffs. I think for him to resign. But I think that Danny Ainge can say, listen, we're gonna get Anthony Davis for you. Of course, Anthony Davis can't get traded before the deadline. If if Danny Ainge can sit down with him, even if they get eliminated like the second round or something like that, you can say, listen, Kyrie, you're definitely your best player. We're gonna get Anthony Davis for you. Don't worry. We need you to first restructure your deal. We actually might need you to take a pay cut if you want to have a better shot of winning games. And of course, Danny Ainge can actually pitch him an offer, pitch him like what the Celtics would have to give up to get Anthony Davis, and I think he'll be okay with getting Anthony Davis to take a slight pay cut to become better contenders, better content in the Eastern Conference, and maybe just to win it all next year if they get Anthony Davis. Next up, Jimmy Butler. I have him going to Brooklyn, actually. This is a very interesting one. I think that Brooklyn has a chance for one max guy. I see them bringing back D'Angelo Russell. I think that he's playing really well. I think that he can definitely shoot the ball pretty well. I think he's also a point guard. Him and Dinwiddie are both point guards. That's why I think Jimmy or Karis LeVert can either swap like point guard or shooting guard. Or sorry, not point guard, shooting small forward or shooting guard. I think Jimmy would probably be the small forward on the team. Karis LeVert would probably be the shooting guard. It would be very interesting to see what he does. Of course, the reason why I don't have him going back to Philadelphia is because the long-term commitment to Ben Simmons. Philly must be like they have to. They have to be more committed to Ben Simmons, in my opinion, rather Jimmy Butler. I think that that's what they would do. But I think that the 76ers have to make a pretty big trade before the deadline if they want to get some more depth. They can trade some draft picks. They can trade because they have that Miami Heat pick down the line in the next 2 years or so. That can actually be very valuable. So they can do that. They can get more assets to actually make a deep playoff run. Because right now, I don't really see them making a deep playoff run. I think that they've very limited amounts of depth on their team. Next up, we have Klay Thompson, number 4. I haven't gone to the Lakers just because. Okay, so that's 2 guys on the Warriors gone. Don't worry if there are any Warriors here. Warriors fans are here. Clay's. I don't know if he's. I think he might get the max from the Warriors. I don't think he'll accept it though. I think he'll want to play with the Lakers. I know his dad was the first overall pick from the Lakers in late 70s. I can't remember exactly when it was. I think 1979 or actually that was Magic Johnson's draft. I think 1977. I can't remember exactly when it was. I remember he was the first overall pick by the Lakers a while ago, and it'd just be really interesting to see if he wants to rejoin the team that his father once played for. Obviously, it would be a big max contract. All right, next up, Marcus Cousins. I actually haven't gone to Dallas here. I think that Dallas will lose DeAndre Jordan free agency. I'm not going to talk about him because I don't really think he's a top 9 free agent this year. I think Dallas would get him. I think they'd offer him a lot of money. I think they offer him and Kevin Durant would be guys I think that Dallas would want to offer to kind of hotheads. I wouldn't really say. I think Durant's kind of cooled off a little bit. I know he had a lot of technicals last year, technical fouls, that stuff. But he's definitely cooled off this year since guys like Marcus Cousins have carried the load in that category, and Draymond Green. But I think that he's not going to re-sign with the Warriors. He'll go to one of either of these 2 teams. And the reason why I don't say the Lakers is because I have Klay Thompson signing with the Lakers, so I don't think they can afford both of them, as well as of course LeBron. Of course, if they trade for Anthony Davis, there's no way they can. I mean, they can maybe repair these guys together. They were with each other for a year in New Orleans. They can do that. I don't know. Being honest. All right, next up we have Tobias Harris. This is the one I was talking about, the Golden State Warriors. I think they can. You're not really replacing Kevin Durant with Tobias Harris at all, but you're still replacing him with a guy who is still a very good player. I think he's an all-star caliber player. At least he's playing like when he's the opportunity.